Hi everybody, foXnoMad here, and today I want to help you travel smarter by showing you some of the best things you can do around Chiang Mai, Thailand in one day. So first, let's start the day off with coffee. You have a recommendation?
Signature drink is Mani Mana.
Alright, I'll try that one then. Thank you so much. This is Aka Ama Coffee, and there are a couple of locations here in Chiang Mai where they source all of their beans locally from the farms that are around here in North Thailand. So what I've got here is their signature dish, the Mana Mana, and what it has in here is espresso. It also has orange peel and honey, and it's got this thick foam here on the top. Oh, it has an interesting flavor. It's very mocha-y, it's a very sort of frothy coffee taste. Very, very smooth. Something I've noticed about the coffees here that I've had in Chiang Mai and the rest of Thailand. Very smooth flavor. It doesn't have that bitterness that you normally associate with coffee. This Aka Ama Coffee, the one I'm at here right now, this location, which I'm showing you on the map, is open most days of the week. The other locations tend to be closed on Wednesdays. If you're here on a Wednesday thinking to get a coffee at one of their other shops, just know that it's probably going to be closed. So you want to come to this location, which is very central, right in the middle of town, and is very close to our first stop here to show you some things to do in Chiang Mai. Now, just a 2 to 3 minute walk from that Aka Ama coffee shop, that particular location is Wat Phra Singh. If you've been here at night, you know this is where the Sunday night market begins. But if you come here during the day when they open at 9, it is free admission. You don't have to pay to get inside, and it is a beautiful temple. There are not a lot of people here during the day. I mean, just the carvings and the engravings on this temple are incredible. They're so detailed. Really take the time to just take a close look with and without your camera so you can really appreciate just how much work has gone into the design. Now, to get into the main temple, it costs 50 baht, but all of the other temples that are just right on the same complex, those are free to enter. You can walk around and go inside some of the other temples, see these golden structures here. It's really beautiful, really calm, and just you're gonna have this place to yourself if you get here in the morning. Just keep in mind, it's probably gonna be really, really, really hot. So make sure that you're hydrated, you've got sun protection, all that stuff, because it is gonna be quite warm. But just, I think in all of Southeast Asia, just definitely one of my favorite temples. Pro tip, one of the best ways to get around town, especially during the day when it's really hot, and even though the distances might be like a 20-minute walk, it's so hot, one of the best ways to get around is to use the Grab app. It's basically like the local Uber, the local ride-sharing service here in Thailand. Makes it really easy to get around, either with tuk-tuk or by getting a car. And like most other ride-sharing apps, you can link it up to your credit card, so that way you don't have to worry about exchanging cash or having the right change on you. It's all done through the app, and it's very seamless. Okay, good to know. Thank you so much.
Okay, good luck.
Thank you. So behind me is Wat Chedi Luang, which is about 600 years old, although it's been destroyed and rebuilt in that time. So the age of the structure, or the age of basically parts of this, are controversial, but it is one of the most popular sites here in Chiang Mai. There are other more modern temples around this complex. Keep in mind, women can't go into one or two of them. That's just a restriction that they have. But you can walk around here and look inside a lot of the temples and go into the main site there, Wat Chedi. So my take on Wat Chedi Luang is it's more like a museum, because as impressive as this structure is, you can't go upstairs, you can't go inside, you can't see inside. It costs 50 baht to get in here, and you have several options. You can get here right when they open. It's going to be a little bit cooler, less tourists. You can get here in the middle of the afternoon, which is right now about noon, and you get a lot of this place to yourself, but it's going to be very hot. The next stop, Suthep, is just a little bit outside the city. It's about 12 kilometers. There is a little bit of a cheaper way to get there. You can, number one, use your hotel, and that'll run you about, if they get you a driver, about 1,200 to 1,500 baht. But a lot of the cab drivers here will, when they pick you up from the airport, they'll offer you, hey, do you need another ride somewhere else when you're in the city? And you can negotiate with them to see if they'll take you out to somewhere like Suthep. Hi. So friendly. So you can negotiate with them and get a ride out to Suthep, which is about a 45-minute drive, about 12 kilometers. And if you negotiate all right, you can get that ride back and forth for about 800 baht. Speaking of, I gotta run back to my hotel, which isn't too far away, and meet my driver.
Hello.
Hello. And as you leave the city, you go through these winding roads, and the roads are actually really nice. So there's, looks like 3 lanes you go up, and the landscape just totally changes. So it's a really nice drive up, and you just keep going up and up and up, finally to get to the top, to Doi Suthep, which is about 1,700 meters up and about 15 kilometers outside of the center of Chiang Mai. You can also take public transportation to get to the top of the mountain.
Old city, 80 baht for one, 80 baht.
You can take a Song Tu, which is Chiang Mai's recognizable red jeeps. Just negotiate the price to get up to the top. It's going to take you longer, it's going to be less expensive, and you're not going to be air conditioning, so it's going to be a little bit of a warmer ride as you get up to the top, but it's also an alternative to taking a private car. I think there's a car to go all the way to the top, otherwise you got to walk from there all the way up there. So honestly, the walk up isn't too bad. It's less than 10 minutes, and that's where you get your ticket. There's a 30 baht admission. You walk up here and it's so quiet and so serene. There are places to sit. There's plenty of photographic opportunity. I mean, you can take so many pictures. It's really photogenic. It's very calm. Just one of the really more beautiful places that I've been to in Chiang Mai. That you have to take your shoes off to walk around here. I recommend having socks on because the ground is really hot, so walking around barefoot, you know, you're going to be doing that kind of like you're walking on hot stones thing. I mean, just look at this. You've got gold statues pretty much everywhere, emerald statues, jewels on everything. It is one of the most visually stunning temples that I have seen, and definitely one of the most in Chiang Mai. And being the second highest point in the immediate vicinity of Chiang Mai means you can see the entire city from up here. It's really beautiful, especially towards sunset, and it's just one of the nicest views that you get at this time of the day where it's sort of around noon. There are not a lot of people, so you get all these views to yourself. It's very calm, it's very relaxing, and honestly, when it comes to temples, usually I'm kind of in and out, but when it comes to Doi Suthep, I've spent about the last hour here just taking pictures, wandering around this entire complex, looking at the architecture. It's very visually stimulating. There's just so much to see. It's very calm and peaceful here. I think it's well worth your time. If you're coming to Chiang Mai, you should definitely not miss Doi Suthep. And of course, I get this fantastic moment with some of the monks in front of that shrine, talking to people here. There's something about this place that is just so friendly, warm, and welcoming. Really, really have enjoyed my time. Alright, so the lunch spot I'm going to is right across the street there, and it opens in about 8 minutes. I'm told that the wait here at Pakorn's kitchen can be up to like an hour. So, in order to get around that little problem of waiting for a long time for your meal, I decided to get here right when they open, which is 2 p.m. Alright, so this is Pakorn's kitchen, which is really, really popular on sites like TripAdvisor. It's one of the local foods that gets the top ratings and the top rankings. Alright, so this place has basically nothing but tourists coming here, which is kind of a minus point for me so far. I haven't had the food, but the chef is super serious. Doesn't want anyone near the kitchen or watching while he's making the food or filming anything. So that's kind of a plus. So right now, we're sort of even ground. We just have to wait for the food. I got the Masaman vegetable curry. Masaman curry is essentially a curry with mixing sweet and spicy and a couple of different flavors, and it is one of the specialties here at Pakorn. Really good. I recommend this Masaman curry. Really sweet, like there's the curry, and then the sort of a mild spiciness comes after it. So inside here we've got carrots, we've got our tofu, potatoes, we've got what looks like broccoli. If you don't like curries, this is a good starter curry because it is so sweet. It's not very spicy, but it will give you the curry flavor without overpowering you. The price for all of this is also local prices as well, so even though they've got that big TripAdvisor sign on the outside, they haven't hit full tourist trap level just yet with the pricing. So yeah, I'm glad I got here at 2 o'clock, and I would recommend you do the same. That way you don't really have to wait. Alright, it is getting a little bit hot, but the food is excellent. Now if you're looking for other places to eat here in Chiang Mai, I made entire videos about the best places to eat, so you can check those out. But also 2 places that you really want to go to are the Saturday night market and the Sunday night market. Yes, very, very good. อร่อย
อร่อยขอบคุณค่ะ You first time
First time, yes.
How you know our restaurant
Internet.
Oh internet Thank you for your comment
Thank you. So now that you've seen some places to see and things to do and where to eat here in Chiang Mai in one day, you're probably wondering where to stay.
Would like to treat the guest like family, our family. That's the main menu of the hotel.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And this hotel really does feel like a house because you walk up these wooden stairs. It's really nice. We've got these open areas where you can sit and hang out. Now, there's no elevator here, so if you are not a fan of stairs, it might not be the best place to stay for you, but the service here is great. The staff are great. They're so helpful and so friendly. I've really had a good time here, so definitely a recommend for me for Hotel Wanamas. And a couple of other nice things about this hotel is the location is very central and the rooms aren't anything luxurious. They're not huge or anything, but they are comfortable, they are nice. Like I said, the service and the staff are extremely friendly and extremely helpful, and the location is almost perfect. Alright, so we're going to the night market, but depending on how you get there, you're probably going to be walking past this narrow stream of water that kind of goes up and down parts of Chiang Mai, and you're just going to pass like temple after temple after temple. If you are not templed out yet, you want to get more pictures, maybe in front of a temple with the sun setting behind you in that golden light hour, you're going to have so many options. Like there's one, there's one. There's one over there. There's one down there. Just so many. A very scenic route. This market is open every night from about 6 p.m. to midnight, and it's open every day. It's a smaller version. It's probably the smallest market I've been to in Chiang Mai so far when it comes to food. Sticky rice is missing. I think one of the proteins of sort of regular rice, which gives it this sticky consistency, and it's used for savory and sweet dishes. And you've got the durian on top as well as the coconut sauce, and then for balancing the texture you've got these dried corn kernels there. So when I eat it, it has this crunchiness that goes with the softness, sort of like a rice pudding. And even though the durian does smell something like sweaty socks, that's how I would describe it, when you open it up the smell kind of goes away, and the taste is amazing. It's like a mix of coconut and vanilla. Thanks very much for watching. I hope this video gives you some idea of things you can do while you're here in Chiang Mai. I've made other videos of places to eat, things to see, including costs, times, schedules, all that stuff to help you plan out your trip. But if you have any questions, feel free to let me know down in the comments below. I'll link to those other videos in the description as well. And while you're down there, hit the like and subscribe buttons. I'll have new videos for you every week, and I'll see you in the next video.